Double up. Woo, woo. There it is. It's morning. We're live. We're doing it. It's Saturday. I'm a little rough this morning, which is fine. Fell asleep on the couch for a little while last night. And then woke up and then was up for a couple hours. Late. So I'm a little tired, but it's fine. It's fine. What's up, Neil? Morning, Trish. How are we on a lovely Saturday morning? I've been up for moments, literally moments. And that is way too hot. I burned my tongue last night. I mean, not terrible, but once in a while, hot liquids burn your face. And I did, right? And then I couldn't taste what I was eating, which is fine. Wow. Smack. So, here we are. It's Saturday. It's lovely. What's everyone getting into today? Live chat over there. Yeah, usually it's pizza. Pizza is like one of those things where you're ready to go. You're like, I think it's good. And then you take a bite, but there's that middle section that just gets you. Morning, Grateful. Yeah, I was just saying, Bud, you asked about morning coffee last night at like 11:45. I was asleep on the couch. I fell asleep on the couch at like 10 something, but then woke up at like midnight and then was up for a couple hours. And so I did get sleep, but it's kind of weird because I ended up just awake until like 2:33-ish. Pasta gets me every time. Usually the pizza for me, or sometimes you just want the coffee and you go to drink it and it's like, yep, that's too much. Last night it was hot sake. Hot sake. I went like this, felt like it was all right, and then I went like this and it was like, whoop, and it burned my tongue. Morning, Jim. How are we doing this lovely day? I had a loaf of bread. Now I'm fidgeting with one of these things. Somebody invented that. You know what I mean? The little bread tie tag. Hopefully they retired from that invention. Wow. Morning, Dom. Wait, what am I doing? I should just be sitting and chilling. I need to bend that out. It needs to be. You could really get yourself with that. Although, tip's not sharp. Well, I mean, it's pointy. Definitely pointy. This isn't very sharp either. Although it's pointy. I need to bend out. Ow. This knuckle right here, I need to bend those out a little bit, and I need to squeeze this one in just a little bit. Where it sits on my finger, it's like the widest spot right there, and it fits there, but trying to get that through to it. Maybe I need to try the middle finger. Nope, that definitely does not fit. I never tried anything other than the index. I should have got 4, huh? Pinky is right out. It's too wonkadonk for the pink. And the ring finger is too long. Index finger's almost just right. Magnus, let's ho! We got Thomas and Don in the house. You guys, look at this thing. One of the prettiest ones out there. Action is great. good in the hand. That's one hell of a nose picker. God. Although if you needed to get like, you really needed to like scrape, well, it's rounded. You could probably get a good scrape on with that. You could probably get something about, it's like it's armor. Because you got the facets or segments? Segments. Great at a fondue party, bro. Like, you show up at a fondue party. What's up, Ed? The Gordon. So, if you were at a fondue party, though, would you, or would you, You could double up. Ow. Yeah, that's like it's making a dent. See that dent right there? I mean, the price was right. I can get in there with something and just bend that out just the tiniest bit. And I'm surprised at how solid this is for how inexpensive this is. So they must have a cast mold or something for each segmented piece. Riveted on the sides, or like hammered. Being pinned, basically. Peened. Is it sharp? This is not very sharp. We tried some paper cut tests and that is not very good. The point, this is a point, definitely a pokey point. Right? Reminds me of the cheap, low budget movies. Yeah, like an 80s cyborg. Excuse me. What's up, Cole Bunny? Got that Xpada XL today. Is it a beast or is it a beast? It's a beast. It's a beast. It reminds me of like Sauron or Saruman, or you can do damage. I guess that's more hot. What they would intend this. It's very gothic vampire-esque. What's up, Neil? One on each finger, 16 bites of food. Dude, you could probably put one on the thumb too. Yeah, don't scratch your don't scratch anything. You could probably do the thumbs though, and then just get a straight 20. Although maybe it just would look better fingers only. They're not that expensive. I mean, we could make it happen. Who loves a front flipper? Morning, Kathleen. How are you today? Kathleen and I are going to be tornado buddies. We ordered the same one. What did everybody else order? Anybody else get a tornado? They are cool. I got to handle one in Atlanta. I love me a good front flipper. Thomas is not a fan. Thomas, what's your preferred method? Tell me about it. Thomas like to go like this. Flick out, thumb, fuller, hole, groove, stud. These are terms. Neil got the dark mode tornado. Thomas got two. You got the purple swirl and the dark mode. What blades are on those? Is there any swap potential with those, Thomas? I know you can't swap them all. The titaniums can only swap with the titaniums. The carbons and the stuff with the like. But do they have the same blade, Thomas? Never a fan of front flippers. Not sure how to open it. Or wait, didn't even know how they work until you built one. I don't feel like everybody's not really a fan at the beginning, but then after a while, then all of a sudden you have a knife that doesn't have it, Yeah, that one does. It's like, wait, does. Here's the microjet. Doesn't. And then you're reaching for it. You're like, wait, I mean, not necessary. I like a lot of different styles, but I'm definitely coming around to really appreciating a good front flipper. I think that's the way I could put it. Last 5 knife, it's got a front flipper. There were no bad variations. Yeah, Kathleen, that was my biggest issue, was like I couldn't decide. I'm terrible. And we were what was it? No, it's Thursday night. Thomas prefers the thumb hole or thumb studs. Although groove with the hole in it. But yeah, there were no bad variations of the Tornado. It's just a little bit smaller than the Microjet. It's got those lines on it. Other than that, they kind of have that same kind of classic knives fast style. Purple Tornado is fire. I hope you get the coolest purple scales in existence, Thomas. You know there will be some variants. More often than not, though, it's you're good. I heard something in one of the chats. Lefty was talking about getting some. They put them on bad gray side, or I don't know, something like they thought that if they'd have been put on the other way, they would have popped a little bit better. I can't remember. I jumped in late to the condo on that one. Then we got this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The fact that this is solid and doesn't have any play and cuts like crazy. I wasn't a fan of how the Tempest Tornado has the upswept blade. Oh, the little clip on there. It doesn't have a huge belly though. And I love a clip point. I think they're just gorgeous. But functionality isn't as there. You know, like to me, this upsweep is just tough. Just cool looking. But then you get a little bit more belly, so you go to make your cut, and you want the point to be like easy to get right in there. And like the more belly there is to it, the more you're kind of doing a skinning technique. That if you're skinning or something like that, then fine. I think the Tornado is just got a nice little clip. It's kind of almost like a drop point with a little clip cut out of it. I think it's going to work good. I guess in a way it's kind of like my reaching. Actually, no, this one I forgot. This doesn't have quite as much of a clip to it. It's kind of like the drop, but see, it almost wants to have a little clip, just a little, kind of like that. You meant the Microjet? What? What are you talking about, Willis? This part that goes up a little bit right here? I like that. I like it to ramp up there a little bit. It feels like gives you a little back pressure. Can't get past that Warncliffe. I love a Warny sheep's foot type of a blade. It's kind of my favorite as well. What's up, Paul? Devos, stuff like that. That's just a great blade shape. Morning, Fred. I meant how the blade isn't flat with a handle. Right. I got you. Took me a second. Yeah, it kind of sweeps up here a little bit. I like that. It's almost like a little ramp up, a little boom. It kind of locks you in a little bit more. You don't slide over it as much. Almost like putting a little harpoon on there. And this one goes down, but then boom, up. Locked. Good morning, Fred. How are you today? Let's see. We are 15 minutes in. How does the coffee taste now? Damn, it's still hot. Or maybe I think the tongue has got some sensitivity because I burnt it last night. It's charred. It's a charred husk. It's not quite a sway back. Well, we've all got our preferences, Thomas. The more I handle, the more I kind of see things, and then I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that. Then I'm leaning more towards liking knives that have, like, if this had a little front flipper on there, like Fred did. Fred made the little cut. He made a little notch like this side, but on the other side, which accesses it as a front flipper, which is a real cool little mod that he did. LGK in the house, yo, Donnie. Pow. Love it. Love it. Love it. I can't even think straight this morning, kids. Tired. They threw me off. Falling asleep on the couch for a couple hours when you're not thinking about it. Then you wake up and you're like, okay, I can just go to bed now. But I like woke up and was like, pow. Then I did stuff for a couple hours, which then put me to bed way later than normal, which then I woke up now and I'm just, I had some wild dreams last night though. Anybody have dreams regularly? I dream like every night. No doubt. I like the discreet flipper tab on the Tempest for sure. I've got a few knives that are kind of like that, where they're just kind of tucked in there. They don't stick out too much. I can dream about you. This one, what is this? The TRM SRS letters. SRM. Look at this little teeny little nub of a stick out. I almost can't see it back there. I only dream during naps. And mine are often like this morning. It was, I woke up at like 6, had to pee, pretty normal. And then I went back in and went back to bed for like an hour. And then what happened is, in that hour, I probably woke up 2 or 3 times. And every time I woke up, fell back asleep, right back into the same dream. I usually dream, I think it's closer to the end of my sleep cycles when I'm waking up. But often I'll wake up and I'll be like, wow, that was weird. And then I fall back asleep and then just right back into it. Right back into the same one. Often I can't remember what the hell was going on. It's like vivid and distinct and things. But then you wake up and you just like, I have no idea what that was. Well, it just gets just far enough away from the brain that you can't remember. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're like, oh yeah, I was standing there and doing that and it was this. And most of the time it doesn't make sense. I struggle with that too, Donnie. Waking up, that's like when I fell asleep on the couch. Like I was just doing some stuff and just kind of just dozed off. And then it was like almost a couple hours. And I woke up and then I was wide awake for 3 more. But mornings are like that. I don't think I can sleep past 4 or 5 hours before I gotta take a leak. And so that wakes me up and then I go and now it's tough for me to fall back asleep. I never remember the dreams. It's always a pain when I can't remember. It's like it was so vivid, you know it, but it's like right there and you just can't quite grasp it. 12 degrees, it's brutal. Clint never remembers his dreams. Thomas has the same SRM knife. Dude, I can't remember which one this is called. I just remember seeing it, picking it up. Can you flick this out, I think? Yeah, you can. Nothing to flick it out with. But it sure does. Paul's a very lucid dreamer. Ooh, tell me more. Tell me more. Boom. It's actually a fun little... Charlie's a cold steel junkie. You like the cold steel? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? 4 to 5 hours, all I need for Dom. I'm usually about a 6. Boom. Another one. We got another one. You know it, Paul. Jay Korskadin. Are you live 24/7? Are you kidding me? The last time I was live was Thursday. It's now Saturday. I didn't go live yesterday at all. I was going live almost every day for a while. Almost every day. I've kind of backed off, trying to focus on life and stuff and things, and not worried about posting a video every single day. Kind of refocusing a little bit. I do like the lives quite a bit though, so it's easy for me to jump on. Once you're set up, you got the thing going. I see you more than my wife. Timing, bro. Our schedules match. Our schedules match. The only time I ever get any good rest is when I go to the cabin or off grid, nothing to do. Even then, we go up. We're going up on our annual ice fishing trip in a couple of weeks, and we go up, and we hang out, we party a little, whatever, fish, obviously, and then we have base at a cabin. There's a few rooms, but generally, we all kind of have our own little space. I am the first one up by like an hour. It's like, well, there's nothing to wake us up. It's quiet. It's warm. It's comfortable. We're relaxed. No rush to do anything. And I will still get up at the same time. My body just wakes up. It's like 6, 7 o'clock, and it's like, boom. Trish is going to try to set up OBS today. You can do it, Trish. I happen to have done a lot of stuff on OBS. If you have any questions, Trish, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff at home today, working on some things. But I can partially be at your disposal for some info. I'm not saying that I know everything. I learn stuff every day. Someone always is going to know a little bit more about something, and I'm grateful for that knowledge. But Trish, I might be able to help you out a little bit. There's a YouTube channel. There's a lot. If you type in setting up OBS on YouTube, there's a lot. But some of them are not good. Some of them are confusing. Some of them are dumb. Some of them are whatever. There is a couple. There's one that I can think of right now that I don't know the name, but I can send you a link or whatever, or you can find it. But Trish, the one guy, Friars, I feel like, I don't know, just, how like you connect, Dom, my OBS is flaring up. Finna make bolognese from scratch. Ooh, that sounds fun. Donnie's just making some good stuff. This is OBS. Here, let me. OBS Studio. What does it stand for? I don't even remember. My OBS is pulsating. Oh, that will always be funny. Bolognese from scratch. I know that sounds wide. Not bologna, bolognese. Bolognese. It's fancy. But yeah, OBS is a studio system. It's free. But some people don't like it. A lot of people will use StreamYard. StreamYard is, you have to pay. Or there is a free version, but it's not as good. And you got that little duck in the corner. Um, but it's a software, whatever, that helps you run. I do all my live streams. Well, not my verticals, but all my regular live streams. It allows you to hook up, have multiple screens, split screens, bring in like screenshots, play videos, edit little things and stuff like that. It helps you live stream really well. Yeah, flared up OBS. And bologna and bolognese are definitely. Anyone got a definition of the difference? I'm afraid of ducks. Just go out to the park like this. Oh my God. Double action. I bet I couldn't do that if I tried. Oh, I did, but you saw that. Go out there at the ducks and just be like, get out of here, you ducks. I don't want to be messing with no ducks. I hate ducks. Maybe this guy's a duck hunter. What are we going to name the dog? I mean, this thing is ridiculous. How can a... for those of you who didn't see this ridiculous behemoth, this is a Ned Foss. Look at this. Are you seeing that? Like, that's literally... It's how can a cheap, ridiculous this? I don't understand. It's so sharp. It's so sharp. It's ridiculous. It just slices. I'm sitting there. I've been saving them. It's making these little curlies. This one here is the wildest. Look at this. I don't understand how a company can mass produce an extremely budget friendly. It's a premium gas station knife. I guess it was over 20. It was like 20 something. So that is kind of the premium gas station pricing. You know, gas station under $10. Then you got that $10 to $20 mid-grade gas station, and then your premium gas station is like $22. I mean, dude, it's ridiculous. I don't understand how they make it. It's so solid. Look at the lock. You can see this big old piece. The back lock comes up and it just goes click, and it doesn't move at all. It like can't go anywhere. The thing is hideous. It is hideous, Ghost Keeper, and I love it. I love it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's huge. It weighs almost 12 ounces. There is nothing correct about its incorrectedness. It's gross. It's dumb. It's huge. It's over designed. It's ridiculous. I can send it to Satu Dave for a regrind. What are we going to do? It's already got a hollow grind that cuts perfect. There's nothing that needs to be done. This is a done deal. We'll have it out on some lives. It'll sit on my gas station shelf. That's it. I won't be carrying it. I thought about maybe taking the clip off. It did come with the ugly, hideous belt sheath. So putting this in a pocket, I don't know. It's just wild looking. Satu no longer does regrinds, says Paul. My OBS is Paul. So what's up, Ghost Keeper, brand new American? Just got the Vosteed Cross and the Kaiser Sheepdog Utility. Getting them today. Let me know what you think about that Sheepdog Utility for sure. Thing looks like a beast. How does the premium gas station knife have better lockup and less blade play than most case knives? Exactly. Exactly. That is my point. Exactly. If someone can, at this level, making them at this level and at this budget of a price, if I'm buying a $70 knife from Case, why does it just got the wobblies? You know, some people out there have said they've got Case knives that don't, but I mean, I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 Case knives, and they all just wobble. It's like the blade just goes bloop 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 in there. Like I don't understand. And it's not even to like, oh, it's a little bit. It's just, you know? It's like it doesn't even touch the sides. It's just no joy in that. I want to like them. You know? Why would I have purchased 5 or 6 of them? I wish I made sick blades. I'm known as making cute blades. Dom, I don't know. I don't know, Dom. I wouldn't say that if I were you. I think your blades are pretty wild looking. They look stout and cool and chunky and bird-like and like all the cool. I don't think they look. I mean, I think they're cute, but that's what I think is cute. I think bird skulls are cute. Got the new Case Sodbuster with the blade opening hole and the peanut butter jelly scales. The blade wobble is terrible. I think that Sodbuster with the hole, what is that, a S35 on that blade? Those are great. I think that looks nice. I kind of, and I feel like the hole, for some reason for me, makes it cooler. So here's my Sodbuster Junior. And so though that more primo version that he's got has a little hole right there instead of the nail nick. And if you're Bob's pocket knives, you can just one-handed open it like a damn, just, God, I can't even. I got weak hands. You think after 137 years, Case would get their shit together? See, that's the problem, is people just buy and love, and then you get a big head or something. I don't know. I'm just an ass. But you would think that after, like, they would make one of these and go like, okay, this looks great. Wait, why is the blade wobble like a mile back and forth? What can we do about that? And then change their tolerances or something. Blame Zippo. Why did Zippo buy Case? Cicero, back from the nuclear winterscape that is what we call outside. The dog had a bowel movement. He had to go out. Can Bob open a stiff slip joint with just one finger on his left hand? I don't know. I think I've seen him open it, but I feel like when he does it, he uses 2. Like he goes like this and he pinches it like that. I'm going to cut myself doing that. And so like he gets a hold of it like this, and then he gets it to like there, and then just rolls it the rest of the way with his thumb. But I feel like he's done it with both hands. It's impressive. It's, you know, dude's got wrist skills. Bubba checked them real good, like at the factory. They're like, oh yeah, I checked it. It's fantastic. Look at that. Oh wait. Yeah, it wobbles. That's fine. It's fine. People are still going to buy it. I mean, boom. Look at this. No movement whatsoever. See, that's not even the thing. It's not only do they have lots of wobble, it's lots of wobble. It's like, blah, 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 you know, there's none. Zero. We're going from zero, not even to a little bit, just a straight up ton. Bob just has a strong, Bob's just a great guy. He's just a great guy. Done deal. I've met his wife as well, also a great woman. Good couple. Got to talk to him for a little bit in Atlanta. Slave labor difference. So you're saying slave labor makes better? I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of it's you haven't spent the time on the design to make it tolerance to not wobble. So I don't know if that has anything to necessarily do with that. Almost would be like proof of concept, is like if they can just mass produce something like this and make it as solid as can be, it's more about someone getting the final design correct instead of, like saying, oh, wobble, it's good, send it. They could spend more time in the design phase, get it to not wobble. I mean, you're already charging what you charge. If it's $70, charge $20 more and fix the damn design and make it solid. I just don't understand why they can't do that. Because it clearly can be done. They're like, oh, well, it costs more to do stuff in these states. Sure, fine. But if it costs more, but the quality is less, just make the quality good and charge more. Does that make sense? Or am I the only one here? Case is marketing to collectors. But wouldn't a collector, what's up, Dalton? Wouldn't a collector want something, they have pride and they don't give a shit? They don't have to, because people will still buy them. It's like iPhone. They can tell you that once the new one comes out, they're going to make your old one suck. On purpose. We're going to make your old one suck. We're going to make your battery suck. And people still go for it. How's the vertical play on that Halloween themed vertical play? There's no play on this. Doesn't move at all. And I have to push pretty hard to get it. The spring is strong. It's a pinch out, but the spring is, I can push it a little bit if I push hard. But if I'm sitting there just doing work with it, this thing is solid. I love it. And all my Rosecrafts, all of them, every Rosecraft I've ever held, completely solid. And so to me, I submit that is Andy spending the time to make sure the design is correct. So when he sends it off to be made, the design is correct, so it's solid. And I don't think Case is spending that extra time. They should spend those extra hours in the design process, figuring out their tolerances. Because if other companies can do it, if Rosecraft, I have been to shows, I've seen Rosecraft at 3 different blade shows. I have 7 or 8 of them, handled more. Never seen a single one ever have any movement or play at all. Right? Legends say Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, but they don't wipe their ass. Collectors and enthusiasts make up a small percentage of sales to giant companies like Case. Yeah, they're never going to change. Why would they at this point? There's absolutely no reason for them to. I mean, there is reason, but in their eyes, they're selling. But dude, could you imagine if all of a sudden they're like, hey, we decided to do some updates, no more blade play? They would probably sales through the roof. They'd be like, oh, we just made this new one. Look at this. No play at all, guaranteed. And they would probably sell them all. But I don't know. I'm not going to get Case to change. It's like how Benchmade charges ridiculous prices, yet people keep buying them. Right. They just overcharge, and then the people with the money are like, oh, see, it's more expensive. I have it, and then they still buy it. All of your antique case knives are great, says Brand New American. How far back is antique? Ed says from the 70s, they're all good. Bunch of guys who just aren't into knives. It's like we just have a job. We work here, we make these, we sell them. But like, how could you not? To me, I don't know. I don't make knives. I'm working on it. But if I made something, first one, and I opened it and I was like, oh my God, what? All right, we got to figure out how to fix that. You know? Make that part of the, I don't know. I feel like it's got to be a tolerance issue. It's got to be a design issue. Here for the income, not the outcome. That's like when I worked at an aquatics distributor. I was a complete fish nerd, and I knew every fish and every type and what could you buy for yours at a pet store for your saltwater tank. I know it. I know them all. I love it. And I moved up to working at a distributor by the airport, and there were some guys there that also knew all the identification and every single thing, but they didn't know how to keep them. They didn't know what they ate. They didn't know how to take care of an aquarium because they didn't care. To them, it was a job. But to me, it was like, I was like the kid who was like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by all this cool stuff. I love. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I want to buy it. Versus these dudes that were just there that had no idea. They're like, dude, did you see that $1,000 fish that came in? They're like, yeah. I just sell them. That's how you made your first liner lock. Bought one, took it out, took it apart, rebuilt it, changed it out. Right. You figure out how the parts work together and then try it. And I would imagine when you put it together, it's like making prototypes. You make one and you're like, oh, it's a little bit too tight here. Or as it swings around, we should move the hole to there. Or, like that's the design process. You're like, why has it got so much play? Okay, well, maybe the blade needs to be a little longer and a little thicker in the base section where it curves into the handle. And you design it to not do that. And now it's too cold. I had to learn all the geometry. Right. How the tolerances of as the blade swings around and what makes the lock bend out and what makes the lock then click shut as it gets to its point and where are those angles? How do they work together? You figure all that out. But then if you figure it out, but then the blade's like this, you're like, okay, well, now we got to fix that. Didn't know we were going to get on a blade player rant today, did we? But that's kind of how it works. That's the whole point of making your prototypes, testing them out. If other companies, yes, they are in other countries doing it for a less of a price, but they do it right. That means every company should be able to do it right. You want to charge more, fine. Do it right. Do it right. This is why Americans are not buying non-American knives. They're made too well. They're made too well. I carved my own wooden spoon from a bigger one. we have fun here. I think it's going to come around, Thomas. I think it's going to come around. I think the way the world is that more people are kind of trying to get into more American-made type of stuff, which is fine. But I think that is going to create more smaller potential that will take more pride in it. Right? I mean, you get these smaller kind of companies like TPK or, Devo, Rosecraft. They are having their made overseas is actually making them, but there are companies that are here kind of creating here. I think it's kind of evolving, but hopefully, I don't know, as long as there's companies that are making quality stuff, innovating cool designs, making something that's solid, that will last, that is reliable, you can be happy to have and use and hold. We don't mess up our spoons. We just make smaller ones. I've kind of wanted to do that spoon thing. I gave my brother-in-law, that was last year, like he's made a couple of spoons because he made some knives, some wooden knives, but he's made a few spoons. When the jobs could afford a family and a house, right? It's a mess out there. It is definitely a mess out there. Hell, in 1998, I was in college with a job, and I basically got a brand new car. I leased it for a few years, and then I bought it. But as a college student working, I was able to afford to get a brand new car. It was the limited Volkswagen GTI VR6. It was like Volkswagen's top sporty car of the time. Like it was their top model, like their most racy, fun, leather interior, decked out engine model. And in 1998, I was able to basically pick that up and be driving that. And like that's not how it is today. Twice as old, half as good vehicle costs more. I carved a spoon with a decorative handle for my wife. They're actually called love spoons. How did China go from making gas station knives to have incredibly well-made knives like Civivi, Wee, Riot, Bestech, Kaiser? American makers taught them so they could be cheap. Well, and then they take pride in what they do. It was a VR6. Dude. Back when I was a kid. And that was fine. That was like, I wasn't rich. I definitely was not making a lot of money at all. Or you know what I mean? Like, absolutely no one to remember. The Rancor, and we've got the original Rancor and the original Voltron up there. 50. Thomas. And that's the thing is like, I think like in China, they take more pride in learning and schooling and learning about sciences and maths and stuff like that. and then they take pride in their work. And you got good people that care about quality that are making stuff. Yeah, doesn't mean they're all like that. There's definitely people trying to rip people off, but that's everywhere. That's everywhere. But I think they definitely have a lot of people that take a good pride in making a quality item. What's up, Grayson? The Devo collection. I'm really Devo's right at the top of my list right now. Awesome stuff. I've only made maybe 50, I don't know, I guess that's a number, I have no idea. 50 to 100 cuts or whatever with this, but it's nowhere near even needing to be honed or stropped or nothing. Who likes glow? I think it's cool. I don't seek it out. This was my favorite version though of the Stout V2, so I went with it. Almost would prefer just a titanium. I'm the plain you give me a textured titanium just base like this and I'm in love. I dig it. Same thing with my Pony Stout. I could anodize that, but I'm not gonna. I like it. I did anodize my Microjet. This was the all silver one, and I did the blue with the kind of oily bronze hardware. Chinese OEM decided to cut out the Americans, made their own knife companies, created better, cheaper knives, really hurt the American knife maker market. Right. But it is what you make it. If it's people need to invest their time to do it. You can do it. If Dom, a guy in the Midwest, can just buy stuff and start making really cool things at his home, just costs so much to rent and buy. And yeah, most of the knives that I absolutely love, wouldn't exist. They're really well made devices, tools, blades, whatever you want to call them. You just got to do it, man. Exactly, Dom. It can be done. I think some companies, if they were to take a little more pride, again, it might cost a little bit more. Sorry, my back itches. But if the value is there, the cost can be justified. People will spend a lot of money on knives. That has been proven. But I don't know. I'm not interested in buying any new case knives. Not at all. Maybe if I was at the show and they handed me one and they're like, feel this, and it was like solid, I'd be like, oh, what's going on? But they've completely lost my personal interest. Just because to me, I see it as like what we said before, is they're like, yeah, I got plenty of people who are going to buy them. Hit the bricks, dude. I don't care. We're not going to make it any better. It's already perfect. Kidding me? Like their blade steels too. I mean, come on. It's fine. But they could, up that game. One of my 1918 trench knives is made in China. 1918 trench knife? No matter where that's from, that sounds cool. ProTech is a great American knife company. You've got your Hogue Deca. You can buy a Magna Cut Hogue Deca for under $140. What about Gerber? $140 for a Magna Cut Hogue Deca made in the USA? Like, I feel like if a company like that were to make something that's quality and then just bring the price down a little bit compared to some of these other companies, they would just sell out like immediately. Everyone see the price that Spyderco is listing? Sage 6 button compression lock with Rex 121. $427. What's everyone think? Sage 6 button compression lock, Rex 121. Spyderco be Spydercoing. Spyderco be Spydercoing. American made Kershaw, made with green micarta, dark stonewash, Magna Cut blade, $148. Boom. Don't own any Spyderco or Benchmade. Yeah, Cool Bunny. They've got some great stuff, but the prices don't necessarily reflect. That's like a 40% increase. What's up, Stonewall? I don't trust Gerber, but you have a Gerber strong arm. What's the Gerber strong arm? For the Gerber just is their budget friendly, and they don't have the highest quality craftsmanship and steel. I'm not saying they're bad, but they're kind of lower, and I feel like for just a little bit more or comparable price, you can find some other companies that have some better. We're going to look this up. It sounds familiar, but if my computer will allow me. All right. I could get $400 Benchmade or $400 Chinese katana. Kershaw Bel Air clip point, 148 stonewash clip, green micarta. Gerber fell off in the late 90s. They're Gerber pair frame, baby. $18. What do they cost these days? All right. Gerber strong arm. Anybody ever get a Gerber strong arm? Gerber came out with flat iron, and it was all downhill after that. Oh, I gotta turn that off. That's gonna start blowing up. Disc golf crew. Man, they're going out today. It's gonna be like 10 degrees in Minnesota, something like that. Look up the Spyderco Charisma. I will. Okay, does anyone know anything about the Gerber strong arm? Sorry, my mess. Okay, Gerber strong arm, $100, fixed blade, sheath, multi attaching, $100. Okay. What do we got? Specs. 420 steel, diamond texture grip on a rubberized handle. Molly compatible on that clip. I think it looks like a nice knife. I feel, well, it's a fixed blade. It's a little different. The 420, 440 stainless and stuff, I just feel like there could be a better option. You can get it in Magna Cut. I mean, Magna Cut definitely bumps it up. I'm not like the hugest Magna Cut enthusiast either, but it's definitely a higher quality steel for sure. These are all for 20, for 20. What if we back it up? Come on. Why are you being like this? Strong Arm and MagnaCut 159. If I were to do it, that'd be the one I'd go for. Made in USA, MagnaCut, full tang. That, there you go. There you go. I could buy a $200 plastic Benchmade or put it in the Washington Generals in Draft King. That's funny. Yeah, I'm not mad at this. That looks like a nice solid fixed blade, rubberized handle. You got your full tang MagnaCut. $160 USA. Not bad. Okay, where was the one? Spyderco Charisma. Anybody got any fun plans today? Wow. The Charisma? I wouldn't throw it out of bed. Don't threaten me with a good time. Fred's got a split on your way to see Rye? Awesome. What are you getting into with them today? Watched some scenes from Young Guns earlier. Young Guns and Young Guns 2. I saw Young Guns 2 before I saw Young Guns 1. Good movies. The Charisma, $130. Kind of thin, ugly. Lock back, so you got to roll that out probably. What's the steel? What? Carpenter Technology nitrogen enriched CTS BD1N stainless steel. Wait, say that again. Say that again. Carpenter Technologies nitro enriched CTS BD1N stainless steel, offering an excellent balance of edge retention, toughness, corrosion resistance, and ease of sharpening. The ultra-thin blade is supported by a reliable backlock mechanism and a boy dent, a strategically placed relief cut in the lock to prevent unintentional closure. What y'all think about that? It's kind of ugly. It does look like the one that I pre-ordered though. The new Spydercos that are on pre-order right now, they kind of look like this, except for they are not a back lock. It's a liner lock. BD1N is a poo-poo town. I don't know nothing about that. Thomas says CTS BD1N is very similar to S30. There you have it. I think there's Young Guns 3 now. When did that happen? Because God, Young Guns 2 had to have been like 30 years ago, I would imagine. Really? Probably. Yeah, I have never heard of Carpenter Technologies nitrogen-enriched CTS BD1 in stainless steel. I never heard. You thinking about getting one of those, Thomas? What makes you like it? I like the way it is. I seen it. I said I like the way it looks. I want to touch it. What country am I in? I am a mutt. I am an absolute mutt. I'm like German, French, Dutch, Swedish, Norwegian kind of a thing. Approximately. But it's definitely a amalgamation of a lot of that European. It's lightweight, nice blade wire clip. Good answer, Thomas. What did I? Oh, it's like a piece of tape. Like I thought a big old tag of skin that I almost cut off myself there, but it was a piece of sticky tape from something. From something. Mostly Norwegian, German, Welsh. We call that a goulash around here. I love me a good goulash. Oh, you know, I should make that. Like some hamburger, some red sauce, seasoning, macaroni noodles type of a goulash. It's almost like a spaghetti minus the spaghetti noodles, sub macaroni noodles kind of a thing. Is what I'm feeling personally right now. It changes. I'm gonna just go get some pho today. Ooh, who likes a good bowl of pho? And when I say a good bowl of pho, I mean like a combo pho, and the bowl is like 64 ounces of huge, like hot. Mm, mm, mm. I might have to do that today. So I'm starting to get confused. I'm almost have to make notes. I'm going to go to my parents to make chili. Chili would be good too. A good chili. I think, and we have like little competitions once in a while, a little chili cook-off. Everybody like a little potluck. Everyone brings a different chili or something like that. And people will make a chili where then it's like a white sauce with chicken and whatever, and it's like, this isn't chili. And they're like, no, it's white sauce chicken chili. It's like, no. It's like laying down a tortilla and putting cheese and meat on it and then saying it's pizza. Or like, it depends. It depends. I'm not saying that a white sauce chicken chili isn't good. I'm just saying it's not chili. It's more of like an Alfredo, like a chicken Alfredo. I want to make a cornmeal milk and sugar. No beans is a Texas thing. I could go beans or no beans. I wouldn't be mad if there were beans, but I wouldn't be mad if there weren't beans. And I'm down with a variety. You know, but if more of the variety is, you know, this one's got steak in it. This one has jalapenos in it. That's like calling cereal soup. Boom. String green beans. I put green beans in there. Gross. Green bean casserole. I am not a fan of that. I like green beans, but that green bean casserole, I'm not really a fan of that. Texans hate beans in chili. Pinto beans, black beans. Gruel is actually very good. I bet you it can be. You know, it's kind of like a oatmeal kind of a porridge mix. If you add the correct ingredients and seasoning, it could be delicious. Now we're talking food. I have a couple donuts. Got me a couple of donuts. I was gonna eat one of them last night, but then I decided to crush a half a bag of Doritos instead. I'll oat your meal. Promise. Paul. Brain. I saw Paul made a post on Instagram dual wielding the same, what was that chunk? How come you had two of them? Are you doing a snip to one of them or something like that? How come you had two of those beautiful knives that I currently can't think of? It must have been one of your more recent posts. Dude, those bird blades are sick. Oh, V1 and V2. They're gorgeous. Here's Grateful Dong's carry. What a great looking carry right there. Dude, the Berg Blade Slim or the Mini Slim, that knife, that knife's on that knife is on my list. Rad. Paul Mike. There it is. Look at that. It's spectacular. The lovely Paul Mite. So that's V1 and V2. What are the differences? I see the obviously the handle texture. Oh, it looks like there's a little bit more of a flat right here and a little bit more of a point right there. The choil area, yeah. Looks like the point one has a slightly smaller, and this one with the flat looks like the choil area is definitely got more of a sweep, kind of an upside down Nike swoosh. Damn, Paul. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Yeah, that's pretty much gorgeous. V1 is S35, V2 is 20CV. I mean, yes, please. Swing. Right? I mean, Paul's always posting up some purdy. Moorish. Anybody else got a Moorish? Every day of the week. Which one would I take? This one. This one. Which one's your favorite, Paul? I have Katsu FB01 on the way. I should get it next week. The V1 was the bottom one. Okay, so the V2, they changed that. Raiden wins. Bunny, I saw there's a video I'm going to watch and kind of go through it. I kind of want to, I've been wanting to do something like it for a while, but I saw it was like a trivia video where they show pictures of blades from movies, and then you have to try to guess what movie it's from. But I've kind of thought about that format for a while. Just kind of doing like, oh, great movie, great knives from horror movies or something like that. It's always kind of been on there, but I kind of started watching part of it. But the way the video was, it's basically not really an informative video. It's more of a trivia video where it's like, here's the photo, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's from this movie, and here's the next, kind of a thing, which is still cool. But I've got a few. Got my Jason machete. I got my Buck 119, which is from Friday the 13th, and Scream, and actually a couple others. There's been a few in part 5, Friday the 13th 5. He has a folder that looks kind of like a Buck 110 or something, but I haven't been able to identify what it is. But I started kind of going through some movies and be like, I wonder if I could find this. I wonder if I could find that. Kind of became like a little scavenger hunt kind of a situation. So I'm playing around with that a little bit. I think it should be fun. I mean, I know there's companies that make, like these fantasy companies like this or whatever, where they're like, oh, well, this is the knife from, God, I can't. Ow. Okay. I get it once I get past the knuckle. Once you get it past that knuckle. But, like companies that make like stuff like this, where they're like, oh, this is from that movie or that video game or whatever. Pocket Privilege, what's up? Gonna go outside today? A little chilly? I feel like a vampire. Sauron the vampire. I'm gonna need to get more weird stuff like this. The Hunted, 2003. I'd like to see a premium, at least proper version of Chucky's voodoo knife. We might have to make that. Honestly, I'd love to get the balls. I'd like to get some Phantasm balls. What do you know about that? Like to get me a Phantasm ball? Anybody know what I'm talking about, or are we just laughing? Graphic. The old Phantasm ball with the blades on the front. I've seen some pretty bad 3D prints that I didn't like, but I would like to add that, we've got the Lament configuration right there. A little Phantasm ball would be cool. I heard Spyderco PM2 is in Doom. Anybody confirm that one? Yeah. This is not sharp, but it's definitely sharp. This is a pointy poker. Knives from the Metal Gear series. Snake's CQC knife. Okay. Snake Plissken. I watched every Phantasm. Phantasm's great. I wasn't a huge Phantasm fan early on. Like I was definitely Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, Leatherface. I didn't really think about the tall man as much. But watching them later in life, I really enjoy the Phantasm series. It's weird. Like me. It's just out there, and you're like, what is going on? And then there's Jawas, like, we need more Jawas. I have a giant Phantasm from the early 2000s that contains the movie. Oh, the DVD box. Yeah, there was a giant Phantasm ball that had all the films in the ball. You have that? Take a picture. I want to see it. Should we start naming this live the Midwest Meetup? We're gonna work on that. Ow. Just puts a big old dent. Look at that dent on my finger. I'm sacrificing my hand for thee. I'm going to bend that out. We're going to bend these two out just a smidge. Just a smidgen. It's the Tin Man's testy. Pyramid Head has that cool, well, is that a sword though? It's like a 9-foot sword. Jarts V2. I wish I had my lawn jarts. That'd have been cool to have kept those. They're long gone now. They are long gone now. The Midwest Coastal Commit. We're on a committee. Well, we're starting off for those of you that are Midwest, or if you are willing to make a little travel. We have this coming up soon. 2026 Annual Badger Knife Show, Janesville, Wisconsin. And March 27th, 28th, and 29th. We're going to be there. The big saws that they use to cut holes in the ice, yeah, those are cool. For the folks that do ice fishing, they do like visual fishing, so they cut like a big hole, and then you look through that and you do like spear fishing and stuff. And those saws are great because they're like 5-6 feet long, huge teeth on them. Pretty cool. But for those that are going to be around, if you want to meet us up at the Midwest Knife Badger Show, Trish, that's only 5 hours. I mean, 5 hours isn't the worst. It's the week after Texas, though. So it's like the week before we're going to be in Texas. And then the next week is this. Yeah, so Blade Show is literally the week before this. Correct, Trish. For me, it's only a couple hours away. So I'll be there. We went last year and met up with a few of us. So there's going to be a group. It looks like there's at least 4, 5, 6 people. Did anyone else ever see Psycho 2? I've seen all the Psychos, Tom. Cicero's only an hour away. It'll be a fun little meetup. We'll hang out, walk around, buy some knives, do a parking lot knife jam, maybe trade, sell a few or whatever, and then probably go catch a burger somewhere afterwards or something. So if anyone is in the area and they do want to meet up, I think we're probably going to go for the Saturday. Because it's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So more likely, I would say it'd probably be the Saturday. Pocket Privilege is going to be there. Cicero probably. Dan Stan might. Laid Off Pete's. Dom will be there. I'll catch your burger. Yes. I mean, yes, please. Anytime. I'm a simple man. Around like-minded individuals. It brings me joy. Brings me joy. Oh, that's classic. Should be fun, but it's going to be wild because we're going to be in Texas the week before. Barely recover, and then straight over to Badger. Dude, a West Side Story flash mob fight. And we can... Ba-dum-bum. Any updates on the squirrel patches? They are in process, I guess. So they're making them. They made one. They showed me. We did updates. They made another one. They showed me. I approved. They are in production. So I am not sure. Parking lot, it's going to be cold. Well, we did that last year, and we sat in the parking lot for probably a couple hours. You could bring stuff inside too, but I mean, it was nice. I guess last year was probably mid 30s or whatever, so it didn't seem like cold. So the squirrel patches are on, they're being made. As soon as they should be done. I don't know what the process, if it's a couple of weeks or whatever, then they're going to get a hold of me, and then I should have a nice pile of them on the way. I'm excited about it. Everyone has these pocket checks from Blade Show. I haven't seen one from Badger. Did I was live. What's up, Dalton? Dom, do you remember? Did I go live or did I just make a video? I can't remember now. I think I was live from Badger for a little while. I'm going to go to my channel and find it right now. Let's see. I can't remember though now. Did I just make a video or did I just do a live? We got caught up doing stuff. And so I spent more time. It was a live stream. Nine months ago. Okay, hold on. I'll give you guys the link, not that you care. But if you do want to see what Badger is about, copy, paste. Yeah, I did. I don't know if I might have made a video. I did make a video on the stuff that I got. But I don't know how many videos. I don't know if I made a video when I was there. What's up, Poke It Stuff? I just posted a link though. Not that we're going to watch it, but we can kind of zip through a couple of the highlights quick here. There's my ugly mug. So this was the Badger Knife Show in Wisconsin. I streamed it 9 months ago, so this was last year. All the different tables, different people, lots of cool stuff. Oh wait, there's Laid Off Pete in his cool Laid Off Pete t-shirt. So I just did a little 1 hour live stream. There's Iowa AK, Brian, Whisker Forge. And more knives. Yeah, if you are interested in what the Badger Show in Wisconsin is about, you could put this on, kind of put it on the background and kind of check it out here and there. If you want to just kind of pick through it and kind of see some of it. A lot of custom makers, mostly doing a lot of fixed blades and cool stuff like this. But there's something for everyone. I got several different things, varying from whatever. I mean, I did pick up this. Hold on. I gotta turn this bad boy around. The T-Pack Survival Kukri, or no, my brain not working. Show them the picture of us. Did I put that picture? No, that wasn't in live. Hold on. If I can find. Oh, so I did make a video. Oh, yeah. So I did the live stream. And then I guess I did put together a video. A lot of local makers, handmade stuff. You can buy belts for the grinders, handle materials, Damascus. Yeah, Whisker Forge bought some Damascus. So I did make a video of my drive up. Come on. Pause. Brian Kerr, sharp on sight, Iowa AK, laid off Pete, Mrs. Iowa AK, and my ugly mug. So there's kind of a corner shot of the whole room. Not huge, but definitely, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's at least like 10 rows. Yeah, there's not a lot of pocket knives. I mean, but if you look in the case, there's folders, there's slip joints, there's fixed blades. There are a couple of companies that do sell, you know, like American Edge or whatever. Well, they'll have a case of like brand new knives where they'll have, you know, they'll have their some, you know, like Kaisers and Benchmades and whatever in like a case. So there's a few companies like that, but it's a lot more makers and customs and stuff like that. And like I bought this huge thick D2 ridiculous knife. A lot of old rare slip joints, collector knives. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's not going to be one of those things where like Kaiser doesn't have a booth, Concept doesn't have a booth. It's not really like that. But it's definitely a good time. If you love fixed blades, it's going to be right up your alley. For sure. For sure. I got to go to the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. Hold on. I'll give you something to look at. Oh my God. Knocking shit over. Careful. Give me 1 second here. There's actually a gun and knife show here in Minneapolis area. Oh, I'm tangled. Tangled, sorry. Spinning you around. You spin me right round, baby. Right round. Potty time. Excellent. I made it. I lived. Emperor Tonto. The Emperor Tonto. They're bigger. Twisted. All right. We're good. We're good. What else did I get at Badger? I'm trying to think now without. I did pick up this. I remember I didn't get a lot of stuff when I went, but I got this, which I think is super cool. This is a butter knife. So this is a butter knife from New York. Like if we zoom in, I might be able to see this. Hold on. Let me get look at my mess. Look at my messy table. New York Knife Co. Right? So this is an old butter knife. But look at the spade, the design of this. That spade goes all the way through, right? And it's got a wooden handle. And what he does is then he reprofiles them. So it's just I'm an old butter knife. You goddamn right I am. But it was not expensive, but I just thought it was cool. He like put the clip on it and then just kind of reshaped it a little bit and then put an edge on there. I think it's fantastic. It's just fun. And I saw this. He was a knife maker, but he also had like maybe half a dozen knives like that where he had found them, you know, whether he's finding them at like a garage sale or wherever, and then just takes that old butter knife and like turns it into something. And this is something. I think it looks cool. I like the old pits. It just looks, it's got that, you know, whatever. I'm into it. Let me see. Yeah, I do have a haul video. I did not get much. But again, sometimes you go to a show and it's like you don't find exactly what you're looking for. Take the good, you take the bad. You take them both. There you have. I would never have known it was a butter knife if I didn't say it. Right, because he profiled it out right. But he said it's just kind of one of those that had the rounded tip, you know, no edge on it. I'm still addicted. Really nostalgic to go to Badger. Grandpa took you when you were younger. That's awesome. See, that's a great memory. That's fantastic stuff right there. And if you still happen to have maybe one of those knives that you got when you were young like that and have that memory with your grandpa, that is very cool. Very cool. So that would be like the new tradition of like, oh, I need to go every year. If I had a kid, I'd take the kids. I have to take my nephews. Let me get to this quick here. I can show you get my hand out of the way. There it is. This was my haul from Badger. I got that throwing knife. Interesting little slip joint tri-blade. The fishing knife. Sorry about that. Sometimes when you go to switch it around, it just ends. My budget was kind of limited, and there were like several knives that I found when I was there that I really wanted, but they were all in the over $200-300 plus range. And so it was like I just wasn't in the right budget for it at the time. Like there was a couple things like, ooh, I could have maybe picked up that one fixed blade, but had I done that, it would have been like basically the only thing I bought that day. So, you know, but that's just kind of how it is. Sometimes you can't go to a show and be like, I have $400 and I'm spending $400. It's like, no, what if you don't find anything that you need or want or desire or whatever that fits with what you're looking for. What was it? The Midwest Knife Makers Guild. I found this, the Sheriff. And this isn't even something that the guy makes. The guy's last name is Sheriff. He makes more kitchen knives and some utility fixed blades and stuff for camping and whatever. And this was a little extra chunk of 154. It was the only one like it on his table. And he had a lot of cool different stuff, but I was like, oh, you know, do you sell a lot of those? And he's like, no, that's the only one I've made. So I was like, well, tell me, what's the story with that? And he ended up, had a chunk of 154 CM. Someone asked him for a specific knife, and so when he had the piece, he cut out the knife, and it left him this chunk, and he had this chunk that wasn't standards, you know, it was a thin, long kind of piece, and he turned that chunk into this full tang 154 CM and that micarta, nice little boom. The handle is kind of an ugly, simple turd shape, but it fits in my hand nice. It locks. My audio is terrible. My audio is terrible. I apologize. Audio is terrible. I'm just doing a little morning vertical live. I don't have my main system set up right now. We're just on my phone. Sounds like I'm in a hallway. I'm not using this microphone. Sounds like I'm in a hallway. I'm not using. Well, now we're echoing because I turned that on. We're back. We're back. The Sheriff. 154 CM. Look at that mirror edge. Awesome little one-off. That was at the Midwest Knife Makers Guild, which is a very similar show to Badger. We get into my custom fixies. This is the Sea Fox. Got this one in Texas. That bevel is gnarly. Dude, it's so sharp too. I've still not sharpened this. I don't have any paper. This small little piece. You see those? Every one of those is a little curly Q. It's just as sharp as it could ever be, and I've never sharpened it. Look at that. It's like, what? It's wild. It fits great. This is just a nice little, I'll curl your Q. Promise? Promises, promises. Okay, we were on the Sea Fox. Got this at Texas almost 2 years ago now. Or no, was it last year at Texas? No, it was last year at Texas. My bad. Almost a year now. Why does it seem longer than that? The Sea Fox. Magna Cut. Satiny, hollow grind, goodness. White paper, micarta, and koa wood. I love this. This thing is fantastic. Just feels great. What have I done with it? I've cut a couple boxes. Cut a little tape. Sat in my home and enjoyed it. That's about it. Fantastic though. He is at Blade Show, Texas every year. He does not go to Atlanta, but he's in Texas. So I'm going to go visit Sea Fox in Texas in a couple of months. Got my auxiliary manufacturing captain's Bowie made in Reno, Nevada. AEBL, Rich Light, Ironwood. Goodness. I love this knife. This thing is just cool. Feels great in the hand. Just a small, tight little Bowie. And something about the styling, Captain Ricky put his little flair of style to it. My cue wants to be curled by you. Yes. What else? Got the Baltic Blades Angus right here. It's handmade one right there as well. Little scalpel fixie. I'm just a 1Q man. This is fun. I actually won this on Tri-State's holiday giveaway 2 years ago now, I guess. Baltic Blades. That's a fun little smaller one. Definitely it's the neck knife. What do people think about the smaller scalpel fixies? It's very light, delicate. Without the rope in there, without the paracord, I wouldn't like it as much. At least that gives it a little bit of grip, a little bit of grab. And then the knot on the back gives you that anti-slip. They're definitely usable. I just never really carry it. I never really carry it. I got a lot of knives I could carry that I just don't. And I need to kind of go through that and figure out, I don't know, what do I need to figure out? What am I in a rush for? I'm not. But I feel like I could maybe thin out the hurt a little. Yeah. Waxed wing blades. Waxed wing. Handcrafted knives in the USA. Have I seen this before? I don't know if I have. Hold on, I'm bringing it up for us here. Anybody know anything about waxed wing blades? I love them, but I don't like to carry a knife on my neck. Still haven't figured out an ideal pocket sheath. Same pocket stuff. I think I'm basically the same. I'd much rather have it in a pocket or in a, some type of a clip carry versus I don't like stuff hanging on my neck either. Not a fan. So waxed wing. Handmade knives, unapologetically simple. Made in the USA. Huh. I like it. I don't like that. I want pictures to be zoom inable without zoom in like that. Does everyone think about these? They're a little too far away to see, Dan. $135 for the Sedge Nitro V on that one. We got the Nymph, also Nitro V. Are they all? These look like they're all probably the same. Bramble with that little finger notch. Nitro V. What are the handles made out of? Removable scales. It's a removable scale. They're all handmade in the US here. So they'll all have a little bit of their own Ulti-clip. Ulti-clip for the win. 100% agree with that. I got the Ulti-clip right here on my sheath for my auxiliary. That's what's up. Boom, right? And then just blade. Boom. And it just sits right there, doesn't go anywhere. Ulti-clips are the best. Burning Stable Forge, what's up? Are they production? Waxed wing? It looks like they're not, it looks like they're all handmade on site. So that's not mass produced. Is that what you're saying? It's a one-man show. It looks like he says they're all handmade. Burning Stable Forge in the house, kids. What's happening, dude? I also have, if I can find it, there it is. I have an Ulti clip for my Kaiser fixed Militaw. Ulti clips work great. Sits in there good. Flush, doesn't really stick out or like catch. And then boom. Ah, I missed. Nice full size Militaw. And it did not come with that. I added that on there. But Ulti clips work great. Fixed Militaw is a nice full sizer user. Good knife. If I carried fixies more. I think I broke an Ulti clip. Aren't they pretty much, I feel like I think they have like a warranty thing on there. Like if something doesn't work right, you send it in, they just send you a new one. Just trying to figure out how he sells so low because that steel's expensive than the time. I don't understand. 135 bucks. Well, unless he's got something, maybe he's got something set up where he's got jigs and things where he buys that steel and just can go, just cut out. I'd cut out 20 of them real quick and then go over and then go slap a handle on it, and he's kind of worked out a kind of a speedy, expeditional, stick. He gets them cut by a laser from a company. There you go. Like I know Aries has done that. Yeah, you can't play with an Ulti clip. Like Ulti clips are really solid, really strong. You slam it down and then you leave it there. And then when you're ready to open it, you got to pop it open. But that makes it solid. But yeah, if he gets some laser jet or water jet or whatever cut, the base shape, and then you just go in and just has to put, but I thought he said all made. Blades all differ slightly from pictures. Everyone is made by hand. So, yeah. Aries did a live with them 2 days ago. That might be worth checking out. So did he say that in the live? He has them all cut? My Ulti clip is so tight I have to use a pry bar to open it. One of mine was like that. Just leave that Ulti clip on a pair of jeans permanently. Yeah, I'd be interested. What is the other? There's one I follow on YouTube and Instagram where he does a lot of mass-produced little fixed blades. And it looks like the videos he does, he'll like, oh, I'm going to make some this weekend, and he'll go and knock out 20 of them over the weekend. And you're like, dude, this guy just made 20 knives. But then you look at the way he's got it set up, and they're like, it's like he's got like, okay, this is a model that I make. And he's got the jigs set up for him. So even if you just have the blank, make the shape, cut out the shape, bevel, bevel, boom. But like I thought it was like, wow, I wonder how many, he's whatever. And he said he makes like, oh, I made 20 of them today. I was like, what? So I guess depending on what your system is and what you're doing, you can figure out a way to be able to knock them out. But then how much time and care, I don't know. I haven't done it myself. Burning Stable's working on that knife this week. Oh, we got some fun coming up soon, kids. I remember when I made a knife out of a railroad spike, took 3 days. Right, but you also forged that out of, like you forged it. Like these are stock removal. They're buying a flat bar that's already done most of that work. You're not sitting there hammering and pounding and doing stuff like that. Most you ever made is 15, but that took everything you had in 1 week, all stock. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like $135 seems like a pretty good price for like what you're getting. Thinking Airbnb for Badger is the move. Well, it's not that far away. I mean, I guess it depends on what we're looking at getting into. For some of them, it's only an hour or so away. I guess it depends on how many people and stuff if we're looking at trying to turn it into something. No way I'm making 15 a week. That's wild. I'm saying the one guy made like 20 of them in that day. But I swear it's like he's just taking his stock bars of steel and just shape, cut, edge, handle, done. Like, I don't know. I was surprised at the video I saw where it was like, how did you make that many that fast? And of course, it's going to be another one of those things where I'm going to try to look it up and I won't be able to find it when I'm looking it up. I'll find it after we're done. I guess everyone works out there what they do, their style, their techniques. I mean, Donnie, and you're making a folder, you've got so much more going on. You have to cut a lot of different things. And then are you hand sanding or are you just like belt finish quick? Right. There's a lot of things that are involved that can then, the more love and care you put into it, the more time. And just saying the one guy, it's like, it seems like he was just knocking them out. Like, doesn't seem to put too much. But they look good. I don't know. I also ain't trying to work that hard. Truth. They got to work up a better. Like, how do I look at. I'm like an old man. where is the spot where you can just look at all the people that you are following? Like, where's my following list on here? I guess I look at it on my phone more than I look at it on. But like sometimes trying to find like people from a list that you're following, it's like, where's my alphabetical list of people I'm following? Am I just old and dumb? But every time I try to look up stuff on Instagram, it always ends up being stupid. But if I'm not looking for them at all, it'll be the first thing that pops up. Nah, you're just old, bro. Home, search, explore, reels, messages, notifications, profile. Where is my... Here are the people that you are following. Settings. No. It's not in there either. And if I go home, there's people that I'm following at the top, but it's just all out of order. Mallory, Aries, Barbara Crampton, Tri-State, Melissa Backwoods. Those are not in order. Robo Steve, Burning Stable Forge, Kenman Design, Auxiliary Manufacturing. Not in alphabetical order. Old and wise. Old and psychotic. Just, it's always when I want to try to find something and share. Like, nope, never gonna find it. You're never gonna find it. Well, what's the plan for today? Anybody? Yeah, Donnie doesn't have a mill. All by hand. Burning Stables is the same, except for he does have a mill. Except for he does have a mill. I'm looking forward to kind of messing around. More money. Got to ship out a knife and some fishing reels today. I'm throwing a couple things in the mail today too. What time is it? 10. Still got a few hours. Working on the garage, although I don't know, it's really cold today. I have a propane heater cannon device in the garage that I can go out there and turn that on, and in like 10 minutes my whole garage is pretty toasty warm. So I can do that and get out there and do work and stuff without having to worry about how cold it is outside. I just have to prep for it. I'm hooked on phonics. Me too. Me too. I gotta give up on that. I gotta give up on trying to find that. Especially then YouTube too. It's the same kind of thing. If you go on YouTube and try to find like, oh, this guy posts shorts. I'm subscribed and I see the shorts that he posts regularly and I like them. But then when you try to find them, you cannot. Yep. Yep. Well, I should probably just start doing some stuff today. The longer you wait to get rolling, the more the day goes by. It's Saturday. Got the whole day. Nothing specific needed. I mean, projects to work on. There's a few that I can only do on the laser at work. I need to buy a laser here at home. Least of my problems right now. All right. I'm going to call it TOD 10:07 p.m. Everybody have a great day. Find some cool knives to share with me so we've got stuff to talk about, things I can order. I have, my God, 2 Kickstarters that are maybe coming in the next month. I got my AZ USA 2 knives coming hopefully in the next week or so. I still haven't gotten an email about that. Got the Strix. God, I got a couple other things too. They're all, I gotta make a list so I remember. Yeah. Thank you all. Have a good day. What does that say? Bernie Stable's working today, getting the Rambo toy knife recreation I'm working on ready for leather stack. Ooh, fun. That sounds fun. Have a great day, everyone. Stay sharp. Take it easy. We'll see you soon.